All right, let's roll out to let's go out to Sylvia in Long Island, New York. What up, Sylvia?
Hello, Dr. John. How are you?
I'm so good. How about you?
Well, I'm calling in, so I'm not so good.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, as of today, 1 year ago, I found out that my husband was cheating on me. And when I asked him how long, he said a few months. And then I went back and checked, and I found out that it's been a few years.
How old are you, Sylvia?
I'm 56.
56? And how long have you been married, hon?
37 years.
37 years?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And it's been a year?
It's been a year as of today.
Okay. So he was cheating on you for years. Tell me about what you found out.
I found out because he texted me saying where I was, because sometimes I leave work earlier than other days. And he texted me and he said that, are you home? And I said, I'm on my way home. And he said, okay, I'll be right there. But I was actually arriving home, but his answer didn't sound right. So I tracked him and I saw the car parked near a hotel. I didn't believe it at first. I had never tracked him before.
Like you in your gut, you knew exactly what was going on, and it kind of all made sense, right?
I felt weird that something was off.
Yeah.
His answer was weird because usually he tells me, oh, I'm going here, I'm going there. I'm not saying he was telling me the truth back then.
Right.
But now I know he's not telling me the truth back then.
Yeah. And did you kind of know he was something that was off even back then?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Now that you have lived in this, and I know you've probably replayed every conversation over and over and over again.
Oh, yes. Every single scenario.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to go back. How can I help you now? It's a year to the day. How can I help you now?
I'm stuck.
Okay.
It changed a lot. It changed to the wonderful husband I knew all along it could be.
Who was he having an affair with?
Oh, no affair. Prostitutes. I think an affair will be easier for me because if it was an affair, he would be emotionally involved with someone. But because it's prostitutes, and he kept saying that was just a service. But whatever
he put you in an incredibly unsafe position.
I know. And when I found out, and I waited 2 days to confront him because I didn't really know how to go about this.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I told him. That's the first thing I told him. You're going to have blood work done immediately.
Yeah. Have you?
And so am I.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And you're safe?
Yes, thank God.
Good. So I can tell you right now, as you're running through scenario after scenario after scenario all the time, you're looking for things that, well, at least it's not that. I'm just telling you, having talked to a whole bunch of people over the years, being emotionally connected to somebody would not have made this easier. It might have been less disgusting, or it might have, it's devastating. It's devastating across the board. There's not a way to make this easy or not easy.
It is devastating, but
it's devastating.
In my mind will be easier to make a decision, I guess.
I see what you're saying. So if he had fallen in love with somebody, it would be easy for you to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's a year later. He's singing and dancing the right way. He's said he's changed.
Yeah.
Yes. And you acknowledge he's different now.
Yes,
but you can't come back.
Completely, 100%.
You haven't come back.
I haven't because I'm stuck.
Okay.
I cannot stop thinking. That's the first thing I do in the morning. That's the first thing I do before I go to sleep.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some hard questions, okay? And it's because I love you, not because I'm coming at you. Is that cool?
Of course.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
What is that getting you? It's solving something for
Nowhere.
you. What is it?
Maybe justifying the fact that he was such a lousy person
Nope.
for me throughout the years.
Nope. What's it getting you? You wake
I'm
up every
driving myself
day.
crazy.
You wake up every day and start thinking about it again. And every
Mm-hmm.
time he's gone, you're thinking about it again.
Mm-hmm.
What is that getting you? What's that protecting you from?
Nowhere. I don't know, actually. I don't know. I would like to know.
Okay. It's Brene Brown calls it dress rehearsing tragedy.
Okay.
You're replaying it
Okay.
because there's a part of you that knows this could happen again. And I'm going to keep replaying it and keep replaying it and keep replaying it. That way, when it happens again, I'm ready for it.
Well, actually, it's like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any reason to believe he's done this since I found out.
Yeah, but you don't have any reason to believe he didn't. That's the problem. That's the hard thing about loving somebody and being in a trusting relationship. You can't. Sometimes you can't prove either way.
True. And so I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I cannot change my mindset.
You can. That's not true. You can.
Tell me.
You have to be willing to get absolutely hurt again.
I have to be willing to be absolutely hurt again.
Correct. You can't
How does that work?
You can't put on a full suit of armor and go back into an intimate, vulnerable relationship because he'll never be able to get to your heart. And if you say, he's never getting to my heart again, after 4 decades of him doing this, never again, well, then your marriage is over.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose...
And he knows that. He knows if he does it again, our marriage is over.
But I think your marriage is over right now. What you haven't chosen to do is rebuild a new one. He has.
Not yet.
He has.
Yes, he has. He has. And he's very frustrated because he doesn't see me improving my situation. He's very frustrated that he doesn't see me going back to be who I was.
You're never going to be who you were.
I know.
You had all your guts ripped out. And you could choose to be somebody new.
I'm trying, doctor. I'm trying, but I need your help. I don't know what to do to move past this.
Every time that you open your eyes and the thought of him going up that hotel room with the strange, beautiful woman, you yell out in your home, no. I'm not having this thought. I'm not doing it. I refuse. And then you consciously bring up a memory of him doing something amazing for you. Because your brain wants to protect you. That's its job, is to keep you safe. And you got really hurt very badly.
Yeah.
And so it's going to keep looping to protect you. It's going to make sure this doesn't happen again. It's going to make sure that when you find out, oh, by the way, this happened for 25 years instead of just a few years, which, by the way, it probably did. This probably just didn't pop up after 3.5 decades. Okay?
Yeah.
You know that. I know that. But you're choosing to stay. Great. You have to choose to go all in again. And that means he might hurt you again. But it also means he might not.
Mm-hmm.
And all relationship is a risk. All of it.
And that's the thing. I mean, he says there's no more lies now, but he lied so easily before. How can I trust him?
Yeah. You have to slowly rebuild it. Now, here's where people fall. It turns into a big mess. You stayed. And you've told him things have to be different. And they have to be different A, B, C, and D. And it sounds like he's done that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, yes. He has done everything that I requested.
Okay. But it hasn't been enough for you.
No.
Here's why. Because you thought he could do something to fix you on the inside. He can't. What he can do is create an environment for you to heal from the inside out.
He has done that.
Okay, you're choosing at this point then, if you're choosing to stay, and you're choosing to build a new marriage with this man, then you also have to choose to do your damnedest to not stew on these old thoughts and these old images and these old what ifs and these old, I probably, and the old, it could happen, it could. But what those constant ruminating moments are doing to you is poisoning your home.
And destroying me in the process.
Right. And Sylvia, if you told me right now, I want to leave him, I gave him a shot and I can't come back, I would totally support you. I don't want you to feel like you've lost ownership of your life. What most people don't understand about infidelity, especially this long in a marriage, is that yes, you lose trust in him. Yes, it makes you hate everybody. But more than that, you lost trust in you.
I did.
And if you don't trust you, you can't have a trustworthy relationship. You can't give something you don't have. And so you have to be honest with yourself and say, hey, did I bury my head in the sand on some of this stuff? Yeah, maybe. I knew he was coming home late and his answers were weird and I didn't press him on it. I just didn't think of it. And now I look back. You have to forgive yourself. Who thinks their husband of 35 years is with prostitutes? Right? That's way out there. Forgive yourself. Give yourself some grace.
Oh God, it's me, and I'm trying.
I know you are. Have you written Sylvia a letter and said, "Dear Sylvia, I love you, and we got hurt really bad, and I'm so sorry. We were deceived by the man who promised our family and me and God that he would be with us forever through sickness and in health, and he went and hired prostitutes and brought them into our bed.
Yeah.
We were taken advantage of. We were hurt. We were lied to, and we missed it. Whew.
Yeah.
You got to sit in that.
I told him that it will be the right thing to do, to come out and say and tell me if there's other things I should know. Because if something comes out later, that's going to be, another huge trauma for me. But he says, no, it was just the time I told you, no. But he didn't tell me. I had to find out. I had to do this research.
I know.
So it's even worse than having him come up and say, okay, we have this problem.
It's not, Sylvia. I mean, it's all bad. It's all bad. It's all hard. It's all devastating. But if you're going to leave, for your sake and for his, go. And if you're going to stay, and you've been very clear about what you need, I need to see your phone. I'm going to go through your emails. We're going to go through our finance receipts every month, every week. If you're ever 5 minutes late, I'm going to stay away. I'm like, whatever you need, and he's done all that. And that means the next step is you have to make the choice. I'm going to start building something new too. Every time that thought comes into your mind, a picture of him with another woman, him calling you and deceiving you, every time you start to go back and replay a phone call, say out loud, no, stop. And then you have to replace that pause with something positive. And what you're going to do over time is you're going to teach your body, not just your thoughts, your body, that he wasn't safe then, but he's safe now. I'm going to trust him again.
Yeah, that might take a little longer.
Of course it will. It'll take a long time. And there's going to be a part of you that keeps asking, what if he does this again? That's a reasonable question. What if he does this again? Whew, it's scary and it's terrifying. And the only path forward Otherwise, he's an employee who clocks in and out. You can't build a marriage on that kind of relationship. If you choose to stay, you choose to stay. That doesn't mean you're not going to have flashbacks. That doesn't mean you're not going to have moments where your guts are all twisted up. That does mean I'm not going to throw it in your face. I'm not going to beat you up about it every time. If we're following the trust rebuild protocol, it's going to come up. I'm not going to jab you. I'm not going to be passive aggressive. I'm back in. And if there's times that you need to say, hey, I need a break tonight. Y'all had put sex on the calendar. Y'all had put a romantic night on the calendar, and you just are running low and you get bombarded with images. I'm going to take tonight off. Cool. That's fine. But also, you're going to have to decide, I'm going to begin to alter my thinking. I'm going to catch myself as that train begins to leave the station. I'm going to say out loud, no. I'm going to go walk around the block one time. I'm going to think about a time my husband did something amazing and how good I felt. The joy, the smiles. I'm going to write him a note every day that says, I see how hard you're working and I love you. I'm going to take my husband and the two of us are going to go and we're going to look out 5 years and say, okay, what do we want the next 5 years to look like? What do we want our 40th anniversary to look like 3 years from now? Let's reverse engineer it into right now. And what do we have to do to get there? Let's begin looking ahead, looking that way, looking forward. But if every minute of every day you just surrender, I'm not saying this is easy and people are going to say, I just can't do that. You can. And it sucks, and it's hard, and it's scary. And some days you do it better than others, and that's okay. We're looking for overall trend line over a period of weeks and months. I'm not gonna go through those thoughts anymore. I'm not. I'm done. I think you can, Sylvia. If you're gonna be in, you gotta be all in. And if you're gonna be out, you gotta be all out. You can't ride the fence on this one. And I'm so sorry that your husband blew up your marriage. I'm so sorry. Hang on the line. I'm going to send you a copy of Own Your Past, Change Your Future. Taylor will get you hooked up. She'll get your address and mail it to you, and it'll be my gift to you. I think it's a good book for both y'all to read together to talk about, okay, everything blew up. What are some steps we can take right now?